To move on, no, it's been rumored from, I believe it's Discussing Film dropped this. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I remember seeing. That Disney is planning, or Lucasfilm with Disney is planning a solo spin-off show for Disney Plus. It could be a movie, I imagine. It's probably more than likely going to be a show.
Yeah,
I would have thought so. Yeah, it's it's not really a surprise.
Yeah.
Considering we've got Obi-Wan, we got The Mandalorian. It's like, oh, everything that was an anthology movie that was being planned. Oh, it's a show now. Like,
yeah. I mean,
So-
yeah. I think I told you like a couple weeks ago. Just assume like everything is in active development at this point. Like
that's
like,
kind of where I am. It's just like, I assume that's happening. I'm not surprised by anything at the minute. It's like, yeah, cool.
Like, I mean, like especially like I liked Solo. As opposed to like it wasn't like the train wreck everybody said.
No,
I thought that it was.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was.
No,
that was
fine.
the problem though. It was fun.
Yeah.
It didn't, but like.
Which, to be in credit for the movie, with everything that happened behind the scenes, being just fine is a miracle.
Yeah.
So.
And also, I mean, I got to see something from like what the previous movie that was supposed to, and I honestly did not like it. I mean, I'm sure I'm in the minority when it came to if they saw it, but I didn't think what was the name of the two that was supposed to be.
Was it Lord and Miller?
Lord and Miller, yeah. I mean, like I saw a couple of dailies from that what they filmed, and I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think people be holding that version because they haven't seen everything, but just they know that Lord and Miller were essential to like the Lego movie and the other stuff. And I'm not putting off the fact that they're not talented people, but what I saw was kind of garbage.
Wasn't it all supposed to be like a gritty take and everything? Like,
well, there was a lot of improv, a lot of like what felt like improv, and like it might have worked for other properties, but I thought. Alden, I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. No, it's Alden something. Just call him.
Yeah, Alden Alcaray.
Yeah.
I mean, that was basically his first film, man. And like what they got with the improv stuff, I don't think he excelled in that. That I think he was more serviceable with the scripted, that they ended up with. And like everybody else around him kind of carried it, and you can't damn him for that because he was going by the direction of what the directors told him to do, and like he just didn't excel in that from what I saw.
Like in the finished movie, he wasn't bad. Like,
no.
He could pass for a young Harrison Ford.
Yeah, and like with the scripted stuff that I saw, like that was in the movie. It was because he was given direction and actual direction, not to say do whatever you need to do. This is what we need to do, or this is what I'm looking for. Go ahead and do it. Like some actors are like that, especially when they're just new. I mean, like you can't expect a person that's relatively new to the business to just go on par with like Woody Harrelson. And, like,
no way.
Like I think that hurt. Because of that, but like the scripted version, what he was given in the final version of what was shown, I mean, look, he did exactly what you think a Harrison Ford type character would have done.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it wasn't like like we can argue all day whether we needed a Solo movie because that's.
I did, and I was very against it.
Yeah,
I was very against every anthology they announced. It's just like, I don't need that. Give me something different and new.
But like we got it, and it was like a serviceable movie, and it was a Star Wars movie, regardless of what you think it was, and it had, but I think from then to now, I think a TV like structure probably would work a little bit better for what they
I can see that. Also, I think it's Aldrin Ehrenreich.
Yeah, that's
it. That's how you pronounce his name.
It's
a weird one. Like you're looking at it going like, right?
Like, being half German, I should be able to pronounce that, but I'm not. I'm not very versatile in that.
It's fine. You're American and you're excused.
But you know, like I will happily take this as a TV show.
Oh, same. No,
you know, like
as long as I can get like, you know, they left it on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I despise cliffhangers. Like, you know, I had an ounce of enjoyment with that movie. A cliffhanger and then it never getting resolved will always bug me. So, if you can get the more Kira and or Kira, if you want to call it that way, and Darth Maul stuff and like the Red Dawn. Is it not Red Dawn? It was Crimson Dawn, wasn't it?
Crimson Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, well, like getting more like a resolve than that. Like, I'm fine.
No. The thing with that is like there is a Darth Maul active development TV show. There is.
Yeah, and I've heard that as well, but I wasn't sure on it. Right.
And that could definitely kind of weave in and out of if it's a show. You know, I think there's room for his version and Harrison Ford's version to kind of the TV show could. Yeah, I mean, like I feel it would run better as a TV show or anthology series because there's a lot of time between. Because that doesn't Solo take place right before the prequel.
Solo's right after the prequel.
Okay,
the last prequel.
So there's a huge time. You don't necessarily have to end the series with him looking exactly like Harrison Ford. You know, you could.
Oh no, you got a good while. No.
Yeah,
but I imagine the original plan wasn't gonna go up until like A New Hope anyway. No. So.
But I mean, I would definitely enjoy a Solo spin-off TV show. I mean, there's room to see more adventures. I want to like you said, like the cliffhanger ending kind of lends itself. You know, like I want to see what happens. I want to see the Millennium Falcon before. You know, I want to see all this stuff. I still have a yearning to do that. You know.
Yeah, same. No, I definitely watch it. No, you know. Just look at the Mandalorian. Like, any show they have, it's like, I'm kind of on board. Just There's no worry about a budget and who you can and can't get. You know, clearly, like it's only going to be 6 to 8 episodes.
Yeah, and like you don't necessarily have to have this show run for like 7 seasons. Like I don't think.
No. And I wouldn't want them to either. Like just going on to WandaVision. I don't need 7 years of WandaVision. No, I love it. But I fully understand that's a very limited character you can do.
Yeah.
So there's no need for it, and like don't burn out the good thing you got.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that these shows aren't like they're not going to go on for 7 seasons. There's a limited amount of seasons of this show. These shows that are going to be made. You're not going to see like Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 5. You know, like it's just not going to happen. You know, I think. And it could happen, especially the only one I would definitely be interested in seeing more than just 3 seasons is The Mandalorian, especially what I've seen of the show. I definitely see there's more opportunity to like extend that more than I don't want to see like 10 seasons.
I'd have to like watch the season to see if I agree. Because obviously I've only seen nothing because they've shown us nothing of anything Star Wars this year. It's just like okay.
I mean, I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with that show.
Oh yeah,
It changed my life within the hour of watching it. So, like,
it's life changing.
It is. I felt renewed, in life after seeing it.
No, my only worry is it's not even really a worry because I'm not that invested in Star Wars like other people are. Like, I like the franchise, but I don't do the homework. It's like they're going to start treading on their own feet, surely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean. But I think, like I said, like I think they clearly have. It's just like the Marvel universe. They clearly have a plan in place.
Yeah, the difference with Marvel and Star Wars is that Marvel doesn't have a comic section or a book section that they go by and they come out and say this is canon. We know what Obi-Wan's story is. We know what Darth Maul's story is. Like, yes, there's tiny, like a couple of years patches worth of story you can possibly tell. Which is obviously kind of like, well, obviously they're not going to go on for that long. But it's like, you
have to be really careful.
Yeah, it's like, are you going to start contradicting yourself? Are you then going to go in and go like, no, this is not canon, that's not canon, this is canon, that's not?
Yeah, I think, I honestly think, and like, I'm not really involved with that aspect of the D+ shows, but I mean, I do have people that I know that are, and I think they're relatively aware of that, and I think they aren't gonna like I think they're gonna like I said, like I don't think that Obi-Wan Kenobi is gonna be like. I think from what I heard, it's gonna be a one and done.
That makes sense.
From what I heard, I think it's a one and done, and like the character might show up in other shows, but it's not gonna be like 1, 2, 3 seasons. I think it's a lot of these shows have a shelf life, and I think I'm pretty sure that like the Solo if the Solo became a TV show, it's probably gonna run into 2 seasons possibly. You know, like
you do the 2 movies like for the trilogy you planned out, and that's cool.
And I think that if they do a show, I think they're gonna resolve that cliffhanger within the first season of that show. So like they're not gonna I think they put out that map of like where everything lands.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up that map, kind of like response to like answer my own question, really, because like they don't give me the impression that they're gonna ignore like some stuff in their canon. Like it's they're very meticulous. Like this is when this takes place. The MCU, we have a vague timeline.
Yeah.
Star Wars, they give you the little dashes and dots and lines. Go like this is this year. This was 7 years after that year, and like this was 25 years after that. It's just kind of like okay.
Yeah. I think they're gonna be very very meticulous on how they proceed with these shows, especially from Star Wars, because I think they put that map out to be kind of like, hey, this is what it looks like. This is what we're trying to do, and this is the time frames that that you can work with. I don't think they're gonna tread too. I don't think that's gonna be like. I would say if it was if this happened before the Disney merger with that company, I would be a little concerned about it. But I think they got a firm grasp on like what they want to do. And I think they're gonna be very meticulous where they place it. I mean, there's always gonna be hiccups. You're never gonna be perfect with there's always gonna be some guy and like I don't know on a computer tracing this stuff, and it's gonna be it's not gonna be perfect, but I think it's gonna be pretty close to be perfect. So I don't know. I mean that's my assumption.
Oh yeah, that's always like my that they'll announce like a Lando show, and I'll be like, oh, are they gonna step on the canon? Like, I'll do it for every show because it was just a constant question until I actually see something that is more involved with like the main stuff than the Mandalorian. Mandalorian, like, that's got free reign to do whatever the hell it wants. Like, sure, it's probably going to set up some stuff for Rise of Skywalker, but
well, it's also going to do a lot of. It's going to do that show is kind of different. I think it's especially going to do it like they're going to do a lot of callbacks to previous stuff and set up stuff that's for new. I think that show is kind of in a special place because it's. Like you said, it doesn't have it's not a character that we know. It's a character that they could basically write its own history, without having to go back and just say, oh, I don't know, man. Like it's not a Boba Fett. Boba Fett would be weird because it's got too much history. Not too much history, but it does have a footprint with other characters where the Mandalorian there's no real connections to specific characters. If that makes any sense. I don't. But I think that show is in a special place, where everything else is kind of have to be like very, very, very meticulous of how it's placed and how it's shown and how it's written. Where this is going to be like, you can't tell me that the Mandalorian didn't show up in this, and this because the Mandalorian didn't exist until this time. So no, I mean they can't say that. They can't insert the Mandalorian and previous stuff, but they could say, yeah, he was there, or whatever.
He's there when this thing started.
Yeah, I mean,
the only reason why I kind of said the Mandalorian is more than likely going to set something up. That's in the Outer Rim, and there's stuff from the Outer Rim in Rise of Skywalker. So 2 and 2 together,
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely gonna have. I would pay attention to of any of the shows. I would definitely pay attention to that because it's going to do a lot of past callbacks, and it's also going to do a lot of setting up and world building. Yeah. So you're going to get a little bit of everything in that show.
Yeah.
There's a specific character that I know of, and and it's a very well like fan friendly show or character that is going to be possibly set up in that show. So I think I told you who it was a while back. But like
I think you might have done. Actually, I can't remember.
Well, it's a very very fan like that character was introduced. Man, I don't even know how to say it without saying it. Let's just say that the character is a very beloved character in that universe. So and then you're also going to get like there's going to be some weaving in and out of other shows. I mean, the Crimson Dawn thing is another thing that is. I mean, like the Darth Maul show is definitely in development. I mean, the Mandalorian like is. I feel like I'm babbling, but like,
no, it's fine.
But the Mandalorian is in a special place. For I think good reasons. Mm-hmm. And I'll just end it there.
But yeah, so Solo is, I imagine it's going to have some similar freedoms because where it's placed in the timeline, and at the same time, we don't read, or I don't know that much about Han, and I don't know if they've explored that kind of time period in his life to that extent. So it's probably got a fair amount of freedom to no doubt they'll set some stuff up that'll pay off later on in other things, and Vicky Versi, they can get another spin-off for like a Lando or a Kira show, and whatever else. Maybe who was the girl they killed off in Solo really early on?
Was it the God, I can't remember her name. She was part of the original group with Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah, I can't think the actress's name is bugging me.
I can't. She was. Yeah, me too. I feel like it's Tandy. Oh, Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Let's get a Tandy Newton show. Bring her back. No, why not?
Why not? I mean, I want a Chewbacca show for sure.
Yeah, do it.
That could set up the holidays, the world, the Life Day thing.
And we will reboot the holiday special.
Well, they've been. I mean, I think Jon Favreau, I don't know if it's jokingly, but he expressed interest in revisiting that.
I mean, he just likes the money and getting work. So I imagine.
I know.
Hey, Disney, you make me do these live action remakes. Let me do the holiday special.
I mean, let him, man. I mean, he's responsible for the Mandalorian. Give it to him, man. Let him do it. I'd say that's what I say.
Definitely. So hey, how you owe me for making Iron Man 1 really good.
I took a lot of heat from Iron Man 2, man. I want my due.
Remember how I made everyone cry with the cheeseburgers line in Endgame?
I'm the backbone of this damn universe, man. So
I built this in a cave with a box of
It's not Tony Stark. It was Happy. Happy the one.
We will cap that one off, that topic